When it comes to building, designing or doing major work around the home, it can become very expensive and quite frankly a little overwhelming. So I'm going to be stepping you through all the key areas of the home that you need to get right, giving some architectural tips that will not only keep the budget under control, but give you that tailor-made home that you and your family have been dreaming of. If there's one thing that has defined the Aussie home in recent decades, and it's still very much on trend, it's open planning. Now, it's not a new idea, it's just an architectural way of explaining any space which is either visually or physically connected. Now, once upon a time, we all grew up in homes which was a leftover of the English planning system, which were long hallways and little room dividers. But these days, when space is at a premium, we need open, flexible living areas. Now, architects talk about anchoring, orientating and dividing space. What that simply means is thinking about your furniture layout, giving the room something to focus on, like a television or a painting, and also introducing clever ways to divide the spaces. Here we have some open slats or stud work, which is a very Scandinavian modern way of dividing space, but I like the idea of introducing a curve on a corner. It's a great way of easing the eye from one space to another. Call me old-fashioned if you like, but a more traditional way of establishing zones within an open plan is to put in a classic set of French doors, homely and nostalgic. Now, if you've got a sloping site, think about a little level change. It's a great way of establishing a different zone. But just remember, if it's higher than 1 metre or 3 steps, you'll need a handrail. Another really cool trick in open planning is to cut out a little open courtyard on the ground floor. It doesn't cut down any upstairs floor space, but because it's not fully enclosed, it's not counted as floor space on the ground level, which is really important when you're doing your calculations on tight inner city or suburban blocks. If it faces north, all the better, because it gets all this natural light into these downstairs zones. Why the kitchen has become so important in the modern Aussie home is because it's now the anchor in open plan living rooms. I mean, once upon a time, the kitchen was hidden away, wasn't it? And that's still valid, but it's why we're spending so much money on bench tops and other details. It's because the kitchen is on display. It's the central anchor and focus in open plan living. Above all, good open planning should still allow the family to break out into private zones, but allow the gang to come together in flexible open space defined by different zones.